the rainbow flag originally was for the tribe of Benjamin, which is interesting because all of the women in that tribe got exterminated by the other Jewish tribes, and the women would not breed with the men that survived from that tribe. The Jewish women would not breed with them. It was like they were not even considered like human beings by their own other Jewish tribes, because I think, I mean, it's more gross than even what the Bible explains, because I was having these crazy visions of like these naked, dead, slain women from the tribe of Benjamin not getting a proper burial and hung upside down from trees. Like, that's actually how it reminded me, there's an Obon festival in Japan about what it means to be hanging upside down. Obon means to hang upside down, and it implies the same thing as the cross and crucifixion in Christianity implies. But also, Benito Mussolini hung upside down on Hirohito's birthday. And a caterpillar hangs upside down to become a butterfly. Hirohito's the high priest of the Obon religion that celebrates the festival of which means to hang upside down, okay? And he was also a very eccentric butterfly collector. But I was calling Benito the butterfly because I felt a voice inside me saying, he is now the Blessed Virgin Mussolini. He's a new creation. A caterpillar does not resemble a butterfly. So transformation into something that does not resemble the former self is 100% possible. And God, for some reason or other, if you want to defeat God, being a virgin can be very important. It can strengthen you. It can cause you to be able to destroy him both, not only with honey, which is a little bit of honey, as they say, like a spoonful of honey is going to catch more flies than a barrel full of vinegar. So having the right kind of sweetness, getting God addicted to something, getting God entertained, getting God euphoric, it can restrain his wrath from freaking punishing us with all kinds of stupid shit. Because when he gets angry, the type of stuff he does, he causes wars where people start committing violence against each other that were not even guilty of the things that he's offended by. I mean, he's very dangerous. If you read the scriptures, he caused a pestilence to kill 70,000 people because a king took a census that angered him. So finding a way to restrain the wrath of this Charlie Manson, that we're hoping we can find the right females to sedate him, to calm his wrath, because that is the only thing that worked for me. Nobody could reach me like certain women can. For instance, police had to yank my freaking arm out of my socket and tase me and stuff like that. So the last time I was restrained. But you know what? There was a female police officer, and there was something about her that was. It was more than just her doing her job. She really cared about me. She was sweet. She was kind, and I kind of really liked the look of a really sweet, a kind woman with a gun and wearing a uniform. And so I got on my knees and I kissed her boots and basically worshipped the ground she walked on. Now, if that was a male police officer, I wouldn't have submitted. I wouldn't have, I might have, and if there was like a problem and that was a male police officer, he might have to yank my arm out of socket, restrain me, tase me. And I've even charged at the police with a hand in my pocket, telling them I have a gun, trying to get them to shoot me with a police-assisted suicide. And so a female police officer might not be able to throw a rock as far as a male police officer. She might not be able to win in a boxing match with the average man whose adrenaline's going and stuff like that. So in some ways she has weaknesses that make it hard to be a police officer. But I will tell you something. They have an actual strength that can get me to compromise and go against my will. And if I'm destroying property, if I'm committing violence, and if it's the right woman who shows up and she tells me to please, it's someone who I really care about, someone who I really love, someone who has shown love and kindness to me when I was displaying behavior that does not demonstrate anything worthy of compassion or something, if someone like that is asking me to stop something and compromise, go against my will, if they're asking me to even stop preaching against the errors I see in political correctness, and stop preaching and defending certain things about far right wing nationalism and youth groups and theocracies, and because the way I see it, it's not so much that I'm a Republican or a Democrat, but I really despise political correctness. I really despise how nowadays we are so freaking stupid that there is a politician who is very influential, that's on TV, and educated, influential author, and so you would think this person would know their ass from a hole in the ground. Someone asked them, could you tell us what the definition of a male and a female is, or at least the difference between a male and a female? And what do they say? I'm not a biologist. What the fuck? Since when did you have to be a biologist to be able to identify a person and put it on their birth certificate if they're a male or a female? And I can understand that certain people might feel like they are a female. People feel different on different days. Though maybe there's certain days that I believe I'm a dinosaur or I feel like a dinosaur, but it's not the same thing. It's not. If you look at the dinosaur bones and you look at your skeleton, you can tell the difference. There is. I feel like a reptile sometimes. That's actually the truth. That's why I'm drawn to the tribe of Dan, because they have so many of the animals that are assigned to them, like especially animals that are